us that Iran has declared 40 days of national mourning and they have announced 7 days of a public holiday as well, now that Iran's Supreme Leader has been killed in the airstrikes. His office was attacked. He was there, is what we are learning. His daughter, son-in-law and other family members have also been killed. And now a confirmation that is coming from Iran's Revolutionary Guard. They've said that this is a martyrdom of a divine scholar at the hand of the terrorists. That's a big statement, a confirmation that is coming from Iran. In fact, it all started with, the first confirmation that is coming from Donald Trump. He had taken to social media announcing that Iran's Supreme Leader has been killed. Then another Israel official confirmed this. As far as Israeli Prime Minister is concerned, he hinted at many signs, as he said, at in fact, Iran's Supreme Leader is no longer alive. And now just a while back, a confirmation that is coming from Iran that, in fact, Iran's Supreme Leader has been killed in the airstrike. And now we're learning, as far as Iran is concerned, they have declared a 7-day of public holiday as well. Rishabh, many of the experts that we are talking to, they are saying that there would now be escalation. There is a possibility that Iran will now retaliate because one of their Supreme Leader has been killed by Israel as well as US. But do take us through what is the situation on the ground, because in the last 18 hours we have seen strikes not just on Iran or Israel but also in West Asia, be it Dubai, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar as well. Take us now what the situation currently is.
Well, Akansha, on ground, the strikes continue. Israel is continuously striking Iran in various areas in Iran. All the regime centers in 28 provinces of Iran is under attack as we're talking. Iran, on the other hand, has decided that they will go after anything US in the region. Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Kuwait City, Doha, Bahrain, Israel, everything is under attack right now. While now the confirmation has come in that Ali Khamenei has been killed, and this is one of the biggest news that has come in on the Sunday morning right now. From here on, experts say that things will escalate, or a few experts say things will calm down. Uncertainty remains. US and Israel will not like the new Supreme Leader, whosoever he be, to consolidate himself and his regime, and they would try and collapse this regime to the word T to ensure that there is nothing left of the Islamic regime in Iran. What next is something that remains to be seen. There are moles within Iranian system. Now that we can confirm that there are moles within Iranian system that were helping Israel and Iran. Within 20 hours of the strike, the confirmation for Ali Khamenei being killed is coming in, which means that US and Israel had exact coordinates of where Khamenei is, and not only is, he could be in any building, on what floor, which room, on what chair he was. That details would have been conveyed to Washington and Tel Aviv to ensure that when they hit with certainty. And that's the reason that the Supreme Leader has been killed. From here on, Israel and US will try and continue this momentum and ensure that the Islamic regime collapses from here. Whether that happens or not, and how much long time it will take, is something that is debatable right now. Till yesterday we were debating that how long will Iran and Khamenei survive. Khamenei is dead. Now, the new Supreme Leader, we might not know who that person is, as a senior colleague Shinjar was also pointing out. But the Supreme Leader would have taken over. The succession plan was always in, and for this very hour, the succession plan was made. So now, as we are talking, the new Supreme Leader would have taken over. How and what his doctrine for West Asia would be is something that is not known. Whether the attacks will continue, but again, given that Khamenei was dead yesterday, and after that Iran decided to hit Dubai, Doha and other cities in the West Asia, which means the new one wants to fight further. So if this conflict goes on, it would be interesting to see, because it's not only West Asia that gets affected. Everything in the world, travel, tour, fuel, food supply, food chain, critical mineral, everything is right now under a question mark because of this conflict.
All right, so that's the latest we're getting in. So who the successor will be is something that remains to be seen, but that's the latest that we are getting in. Donald Trump, remember, yesterday had hinted that he wants a regime change, and now it appears that this is one step towards that. Now that Iran's supreme leader has been killed in this strike that we can see. In fact, those are the visuals on your screen of the chaos in West Asia as well. Several areas there, several countries have been attacked as well. Let me go across to author RSN Singh. Thank you so much for connecting with us. Donald Trump yesterday hinted that he wants a regime change. Now that Iran's supreme leader has been killed, it appears that it's a one step towards that, but a lot remains to be seen. What really happens over the next few hours, few days, whether there will be escalation in the war between these three countries, whether there will be a change in succession as far as the countries there is also concerned. Your take on this?
Good morning. In all probability, I suppose the de-escalation process will start now. The regime has been decapitated, I would say. The mantle of leadership was to be passed to his son. How effective he is, I have my doubts. But this is a huge blow, to the revolutionary regime which assumed office in 1979. That was a very fateful year. I know you would recall that was the period when Soviet invasion of Afghanistan took place, and then then this regime took over. Everything happened in 79-80, and now I suppose that West Asia is in the cusp of a big geopolitical churning, I would say. There will be rearrangement of forces. What has happened in Iran? What will happen in Iran in after decapitation? It will have theocratic consequences as well. But, very sad. What sort of world, we are living in. You see how many countries have been decapitated. Recall Saddam Hussein and, Gaddafi. People played football with his head. Then Bashar al-Assad, he had to find shelter in Russia. So, you see, this is the way the American machinery operates, or the American deep state, or the American, military and industrial complex. Well, this is a reality. And as far as, consequences for India is concerned, yes, we'll have to reconfigure our relations with them with whatever new regime comes. But given the deep civilizational links between India and Iran, we are the ones who I suppose will be the quickest to recover from this regime change there when it takes place. I don't think there will be any impact on our strategic partnerships as dictated by geography and the strategy. I don't think Chabahar port or our other strategic interests will suffer because of any regime change. But yes, a very important piece of information you have conveyed today. I was not aware of it till I spoke to you. But yes, yesterday there were many reports, flowing from various quarters that saying that either he has been decapitated or he has been killed or he is found shelter in some other country. But now that you have confirmed, we are in the cusp of a big change in the Middle East region.
Absolutely. In fact, many of the experts are saying that his killing was on the expected lines, and this was something that people saw coming in after those protests that erupted on in December 2025. But that remains the situation as far as Iran is concerned. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. In fact, we